Aquarius, stop for a moment. Take a breath. Feel it, that strange weight on your chest. Every plan you thought would work, every choice you believed in failing. Doors you expected to open slammed shut. Opportunities slipping just out of reach. And yet there's something you cannot see, something bigger than all of this waiting for you. Can you feel it? That subtle pull, like the universe is quietly rearranging your life. If you sense this, I want you to pause and comment below, "I'm ready to see." Because what happens next could change everything you thought you knew about your path. Aquarius, take a deep breath with me. Can you feel that quiet pulse beneath your chest, the gentle tug of something unseen guiding you? It's subtle at first, almost imperceptible, like the soft sway of branches in a midnight breeze. You might not have noticed, but the universe has been whispering to you all along. It's not chaos, though it feels like it. It's an orchestration, invisible hands weaving the threads of your life, nudging you away from what no longer serves you. You might ask yourself, why now? Why this resistance? These unexpected closures, these moments where you feel your plans slipping like sand through your fingers. Aquarius, the answer is tender and profound. What you are experiencing is not punishment, it is protection. A love so vast that it knows what you cannot see yet. The path you were certain of, the relationships you invested in, the projects you clung to so fiercely, they were never meant to carry you to the fullness of your potential. And God, or whatever you name, the guiding force of your life, is quietly moving you toward a horizon that your heart has longed for, but your mind has not imagined. It's strange, isn't it? That what feels like loss is actually liberation. That what feels like a door closing is actually a hand holding you back from a fall you cannot yet comprehend. And as you sit with this in the stillness of your own awareness, can you feel it? That subtle stirring, that gentle sense of being pulled forward. It's asking you to trust, even when trusting feels impossible. To loosen the grip on certainty, even when your Aquarius nature screams for control. You've worked tirelessly, built meticulously, believed in every plan you made, and yet here you are feeling a hollowness, a quiet ache, the sense that the old structures of your life are shifting beneath you. And here is the remarkable truth: nothing has been wasted. Every effort, every sleepless night, every tear, every high and low has been quietly preparing you. Like a sculptor shaping marble, each experience has carved away what you don't need, revealing the form of something extraordinary within you. Have you noticed sometimes, in the midst of confusion, how a single thought, a single synchronicity can make your heart recognize a truth it has always known? That's the universe speaking in a language you feel more than you understand. That's your intuition, your own soul, brushing against the infinite possibilities waiting just beyond your sight. So I ask you softly in this quiet moment, will you allow yourself to follow the current instead of struggling against it? To accept that the discomfort, the doubt, the frustration is not the end of your story, but the opening to something far greater. To feel the relief of surrender before the full revelation even comes. Aquarius, this is your invitation to lean into that invisible current. To trust the timing, the unseen alignment, the intricate unfolding of a plan that has always been there, waiting for you to catch up. And as you breathe and listen, imagine the path ahead, a path that stretches wider than you dared to dream, brighter than any certainty you once clung to, and more alive than you ever expected. Can you feel it? That first glimmer of light, just beyond the shadows of doubt, beckoning you forward, inviting you to step into a story that is entirely, uniquely yours. Aquarius, lean back for a moment. Close your eyes if you can. Feel the quiet shifting beneath your skin, that subtle vibration, almost like a soft hum that reminds you you are not alone. You have been moving, striving, holding tightly to everything you thought would define you, and yet, here you are met with resistance, with closed doors, with moments that make your heart tremble with confusion. It feels harsh, doesn't it? To give everything and still feel the weight of uncertainty pressing down. But what if I told you this weight is not punishment? What if these walls that rise before you, these sudden changes, these moments of loss are not failures, but the universe, the divine, gently protecting you from a path that would have kept you small? Imagine for a moment a river carving its way through the mountains. It encounters rocks, fallen trees, obstacles that seem random. And yet every turn, every detour, every obstacle guides the water to the ocean it is meant to reach. Aquarius, that river is you. And these moments of struggle are the currents of divine orchestration, shaping the way, bending the flow, preparing you for a horizon you cannot yet see. Think back to times when something slipped away, something you thought essential. A project, a dream, a connection. At first it felt like loss, heartbreaking, confusing, even unfair. And yet looking back now, did you notice how the space it left eventually filled with something more aligned, more vivid, more true to who you are? That, Aquarius, is the invisible hand moving quietly in your favor. The universe does not work with harshness. It works with precision, with timing, with love that exceeds what the mind can comprehend. And perhaps there is a comfort in realizing that your struggles are not meaningless. Each disappointment, each closed door, each moment of confusion has been preparing you, shaping you, strengthening you. Like a sculptor chiseling away at stone, carving a form that was always there, waiting to emerge. You are being readied, not punished. You are being positioned to step into a life that is expansive, luminous, and true. Now, Aquarius, can you feel that subtle invitation? That gentle pull, coaxing you to release the struggle, to open your hands to something you cannot yet name. It is tender, almost imperceptible, yet persistent. And if you listen closely, it will guide you through the currents of life, through the shadows and the light, toward the possibilities that you have only glimpsed in dreams. Every barrier, every closure, every moment that felt like the world was against you, it is not coincidence. It is guidance. A call to trust, to surrender, to allow the unseen to shape the path in ways your mind cannot yet measure. And I wonder, Aquarius, are you willing to lean into that invisible current even just a little to see where it leads? Because somewhere, just beyond the hesitation, is the place your soul has been quietly longing for. And it is waiting, luminous and patient, ready to greet you when you step forward with trust. Aquarius, take a slow breath and feel the space around you. There is a subtle rhythm at play, a gentle pulse in the air that seems to vibrate with possibilities you haven't fully seen. That resistance you feel inside, that quiet urge to push harder, it is not a flaw. It is the signal of a current pulling you toward a life more attuned to your essence, to the unique vibration of your soul. For those in your 20s, the world often feels like a vast labyrinth, full of doors that lead to both promise and illusion. You may have invested yourself in paths that seemed safe, logical, or expected. And yet, Aquarius, the universe is quietly guiding you toward opportunities that align not just with your talents, but with your deeper purpose. A chance to explore, to expand, to see what lies beyond the familiar. Can you feel that soft nudge, almost imperceptible, whispering to you that there is more, so much more waiting for your courage to catch up? For Aquarius in their 30s, life asks a different kind of bravery. The patterns that once offered comfort, the relationships, the routines, the familiar rhythms may begin to feel constricting, heavy. There is a quiet insistence within you, a gentle insistence that freedom and inspiration are more precious than mere stability. It is a call to release what no longer nourishes your spirit, to allow your heart to expand into spaces you had perhaps forgotten were yours to claim. Imagine what your life could feel like if the weight of obligation was replaced with the exhilaration of alignment, a liberation that feels like spilling into a room you didn't realize had been dark. And for those Aquarius in their 40s and beyond, the redirection deepens, becoming profound and sweeping. Your thoughts, your habits, your very ways of being, what once sustained you, are now subtly asking to be reshaped. The world around you may resist, but inside, you feel an undeniable pull toward influence, purpose, and legacy. It is as though life itself is coaxing you to step fully into your power, to inhabit a version of yourself that you have glimpsed in dreams, but have yet to claim in waking hours. Can you sense it? The quiet unfolding of a life not just lived, but deeply meaningful. Across all ages, the experience is shared, Aquarius. That resistance, the inner battle, the subtle tension, the feeling that you are being asked to fight reveals itself as a paradox. The more you struggle, the more you are being guided. It is the universe's way of gently steering you, reminding you that surrender does not equal weakness, and that the paths you feel compelled to release are only those that would limit your brilliance. Look closely, Aquarius. Even in discomfort, there is a hidden clarity forming, a framework for the extraordinary. Every step back from the familiar is a step toward something luminous, a preparation for synchronicities and connections that your previous efforts could never have produced. And I wonder, if you pause for a moment, can you notice the subtle hints, the quiet signs that you are being guided into exactly the life your soul has longed for? The question lingers softly in the air: are you willing to let go of the familiar, to step lightly into the unknown, and trust that this gentle redirection carries you not away, but toward the life that was always meant for you? Aquarius, lean back for a moment and listen to the quiet whispers that ripple beneath the surface of your daily life. It's subtle at first, a gentle unease, a restlessness that lingers even after a small achievement. You find yourself smiling on the outside, but inside there's a murmur, a soft vibration telling you that something doesn't quite fit anymore. Do you feel it? That delicate tension? Like the wind brushing across a still lake, hinting at currents unseen. The paths that once lit your spirit now seem dim. The excitement, the spark, the rush of anticipation, it's softened, and in that softening, a truth is quietly unfolding. You notice it in the pauses between your thoughts, in the moments when the world seems still, almost holding its breath. There is a subtle hand guiding you, not with force, but with gentle insistence, reminding you that the life you've been clinging to is only a rehearsal for what's next. Sometimes the signs appear as obstacles, small challenges that ripple through your routines. Friends or colleagues you relied on start to waver, doors you thought were open quietly close. You might feel a pang of doubt or disappointment, yet these shifts are not punishments, they are markers. The universe subtly rearranging your reality so that the path you are meant to walk becomes clearer. It's curious, isn't it? How the very things that once frustrated you now carry the seeds of revelation. Then there are the sparks of possibility, ideas, people, opportunities suddenly appearing from directions you once dismissed as impossible. A thought that makes your heart skip, a conversation that lingers in your mind long after it's ended. These are the fingerprints of something larger, a pattern that only your soul can sense. You might feel hesitant, unsure if these shifts are real or if you're imagining them. Yet your intuition quietly insists, pay attention. Notice the subtle alignment, the synchronicity that seems almost too perfect to be random. If you can recognize 3 or more of these signs, Aquarius, you are standing at a crossroads of profound transformation. The weight of the familiar begins to lift as you sense the contours of what is waiting. The universe, the divine, it is calling you to step into a rhythm that honors your true potential. The signs are not demanding, they are inviting, coaxing you to trust, to notice, to awaken to the possibilities you have long sensed but could not yet name. And as you feel this pull, consider this: how might your life change if you truly surrendered to these gentle signals, instead of resisting? What doors might open? What light might finally reach the corners of your heart that have long waited? Aquarius, the question is soft, yet it hums beneath your skin. Are you ready to listen, really listen, and allow yourself to be guided? Aquarius, take a breath and feel the weight you've been carrying, the tension that creeps quietly into your shoulders, your chest, your mind. It's exhausting, isn't it? Fighting against what is trying to bend reality to your will, believing that persistence alone can rewrite the currents of life. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself standing before a door, heavy, ornate, familiar. You've been holding its handle for what feels like forever. You know every groove, every mark, every lock. But there's a faint light seeping through the cracks, a glow from a doorway you've never noticed before. That glow, Aquarius, is the invitation. It's soft, almost imperceptible, but it carries a promise. And here's the paradox: the only way to reach it is to release your grip. Let go of the familiar. Let go of the plans you thought were yours. Let go of the people, the projects, the expectations that have anchored you in comfort but dimmed your spark. It's not weakness, not loss. It's a realignment, a graceful dance with the universe itself. Imagine the air shifting as you unclench your hands. The tension drains away, replaced by a gentle openness, a quiet anticipation. You feel the first pulse of possibility, the soft brush of new connections, ideas, and opportunities arriving as if they'd been waiting for your release. And when you step through that light, everything unfolds in perfect timing. People appear, doors open, moments arrive that feel almost miraculous in their precision. You might even catch yourself smiling at the synchronicity, as though life itself is nodding, telling you that this was always meant to be. There's something sacred in surrender, Aquarius. Something profoundly human and yet profoundly cosmic. Letting go doesn't diminish your strength, it magnifies it. It's a choice to trust that the current you cannot see, the plan you cannot fully comprehend, is guiding you towards something that resonates with the truest part of your being. There is courage here. There is wisdom. There is a quiet, unfolding power that cannot be grasped, only received. And in this space, you may notice a new rhythm settling in a cadence that feels aligned, natural, almost effortless. The resistance you once fought against now transforms into a gentle momentum, one that carries you forward without forcing, without strain. Everything you thought you needed to control suddenly flows through you with ease, as if life itself conspires to support your evolution. So I ask you softly, what might happen if you truly embraced this letting go, if you allowed yourself to step through that glowing doorway, trusting the invisible hand that has always been guiding you? Can you feel it, Aquarius? That light, the one you've been circling around, waiting for its real, and it's yours to step into. Aquarius, feel the quiet shift beneath your feet, subtle yet undeniable. It's not a thunderclap or a sudden upheaval, but a gentle pull, almost like the tide drawing a leaf along a river you didn't know existed. All the effort, all the persistence, the struggles that seemed endless, they are aligning, converging into something you haven't yet named. There's a rhythm here, a cadence that whispers of possibilities larger than the confines of your comfort. You may have thought stability was your sanctuary. The routines, the familiar faces, the known paths, they promise safety, predictability, control. Yet somehow, in that quiet sanctuary, you felt the stirrings of discontent, the subtle ache that nothing external could satisfy. And now, Aquarius, the universe asks you to notice. To notice that the life you've held so tightly is no longer enough to contain your spirit. Imagine standing at the edge of your familiar world. Behind you, the known. Ahead, a vast expanse, illuminated by lights you cannot yet see clearly, but that call to you nonetheless. There's a grace in this transition. Every challenge, every unexpected twist, serves not to break you, but to strengthen you, to refine your vision. The weight of effort transforms into the lift of momentum. You feel the energy guiding you, nudging you gently toward your extraordinary path. Opportunities arrive quietly, Aquarius, not with fanfare, but with precision. A conversation with someone you barely know sparks insight. A door you thought closed swings open in perfect timing. The cosmic threads weave together effortlessly, and you realize that you are no longer pushing against the current, you are flowing with it. There's a profound relief in this surrender, a realization that the extraordinary doesn't demand struggle, only openness. And yet, the beauty of this phase lies in the subtlety. You will face tests, yes, but they will not drain you, they will illuminate. They will show you the depths of your resilience, the hidden facets of your creativity, the quiet power in your choices. Each moment, each interaction, each seemingly small decision becomes part of a larger design, one that mirrors the precision of the stars and the care of the unseen hand that guides your journey. Consider the possibility that the life you once thought you needed, the life that seemed stable and secure, was merely a stepping stone. That every familiar pattern, every known comfort, every controlled plan was preparing you for this leap. And now, Aquarius, you sense the extraordinary calling you forward, with a pulse that feels like destiny humming beneath your skin. So I ask you softly, as the light brushes against your vision, how will you meet this subtle pull? Can you trust the current that carries you towards something grander, something richer, something aligned with the truest version of yourself? Can you allow the flow to transform the ordinary into extraordinary, without forcing, without resistance, just by being present and receptive? Aquarius, take a breath and feel the subtle vibrations in the air around you. There's a shift happening that isn't loud, isn't dramatic, but it's profound, quietly arranging the pieces of your life in ways only the universe could orchestrate. You may not have noticed until now, but every step you've taken, every choice you hesitated over, every risk you doubted was quietly preparing this very moment. You have grown, Aquarius, not just in knowledge, but in heart, in patience, in the quiet wisdom that comes from navigating storms alone and with others. That growth is why now is ripe, why the door opens now, and why the universe nudges you with such precision. You are ready not because you always felt ready, but because you have become ready. And that distinction, that subtle difference, is where the magic begins. Look around, Aquarius, and consider the threads that have aligned themselves. Old acquaintances return with new insights. Opportunities appear in forms that feel almost coincidental, but are anything but. Situations that once intimidated you now resonate with a strange familiarity, as if you were always meant to meet them at this point in your life. Every alignment, every synchronicity, whispers that timing is no accident. And here is something to ponder: the notion of being ready is often misunderstood. It is not a state of feeling perfectly prepared, of having mastered every detail. True readiness is a choice, a gentle surrender to the flow of life, a willingness to step into what is larger than fear, than doubt, than hesitation. You, Aquarius, embody this readiness not because the path is smooth, but because your spirit is attuned to the rhythm of what must come. Pause with me here and imagine what this could mean. That project you hesitated on, that conversation you avoided, that dream you put on hold, each was a necessary part of your preparation. They shaped your perspective, your resilience, and your discernment. You carry these lessons now as tools, invisible yet powerful, guiding you as you walk toward what is extraordinary. And perhaps most importantly, know this: the universe does not wait for perfection. It waits for your decision, your courage, your willingness to move. If you had waited to feel perfectly ready, you might still be standing in the shadows of yesterday, wondering when the right moment would arrive. But now, Aquarius, it is here. The connections, the opportunities, the circumstances, they are all aligned. They have been quietly waiting for you to claim them. So, take a moment and ask yourself, will you step forward with faith, trusting the unseen currents that carry you toward what you have long imagined? Will you honor this moment, not as something to be earned, but as a gift, as a threshold into a life shaped by timing, readiness, and cosmic care? Because the truth is, Aquarius, Timing is never accidental. And your journey to the extraordinary is always happening now. Aquarius, take a gentle breath and feel the quiet strength that has been building inside you. This moment, this exact moment, is a crossroads not defined by fear or hesitation, but by your choice to trust what is unfolding. Every morning presents the same invitation to resist, to struggle, to fight the currents of life, or to surrender, to let go, and to allow the universe to guide you toward what is meant for you. There is a subtle power in choosing trust. Each time you release control, each time you say yes to what feels uncertain yet right, you step closer to the extraordinary that has been waiting for you all along. And I know, Aquarius, it's not always easy. The mind wants to calculate, to predict, to hold tightly to what seems safe. But your heart, your deepest self, knows that freedom, growth, and abundance emerge when you move with the flow rather than against it. Imagine for a moment the life that has been quietly calling you. Opportunities that once seemed distant now arrive with a strange familiarity. People who were meant to cross your path appear with perfect timing. Your passions, your creativity, your voice each becomes a vessel through which blessings pour in ways you could never orchestrate alone. The universe is orchestrating a symphony, and you are stepping in at the precise moment you are ready to play your part. And here is a thought to hold gently. What would it mean to fully affirm this trust? To write those words, I let go and trust, not as a ritual, but as a declaration of alignment with your highest self. Let them be your compass. Let them guide you through uncertainty, reminding you that each choice to believe, each choice to release, brings you closer to the life you were always meant to live. You may feel the pull of hesitation, the echo of past disappointments. That's natural. But notice how those echoes now sound different, softer, less commanding. They are not chains, they are lessons, markers that have shaped your resilience and honed your awareness. And now, Aquarius, the path forward is illuminated by that wisdom. So ask yourself softly, with curiosity rather than pressure, what happens if you truly trust the unseen currents that are carrying you? What if letting go is not surrender, but the first step into a life of unprecedented alignment, purpose, and joy? This is your invitation, Aquarius, to move with courage and tenderness at once. To choose trust over struggle. To step into the life that is waiting, naturally, perfectly, as if the universe has been holding it just for you. And when you do, you will witness the magic unfold, the connections, the opportunities, the achievements, the blessings all arriving in harmony, as if orchestrated by a hand far wiser than any you have known. Now, hold that thought, breathe it in, and imagine what it feels like to live fully in that trust. What will you create? Who will you become? The answers are already moving toward you, waiting for your hand to reach and your heart to receive. Aquarius, take a breath and feel it, the quiet turning of your life, the invisible currents lifting you toward something larger than yourself. It may feel subtle at first, almost unnoticeable, but if you listen closely, you can sense the shift, the way doors that once seemed closed begin to hum with possibility, the way your heart whispers that the path you've been walking is leading somewhere extraordinary. It's okay to feel surprised. In fact, it is meant to catch you a little off guard. The universe, God, whatever name you hold in your heart for this guiding force, is not rushing. It is patient, precise, and profoundly wise. Every delay, every unexpected detour, every moment of doubt has been preparing you to receive the life you were always capable of embracing, even when your mind couldn't see it. Imagine this: the weight you've carried, the exhaustion from pushing against what wasn't yours to carry begins to melt. And as it melts, a space opens, a space of clarity, of trust, of cosmic alignment. This is where miracles start to feel natural, where synchronicities appear like gentle nudges rather than coincidences, and where your own intuition begins to hum louder than fear. And now, Aquarius, you have a choice, a simple, yet powerful choice. Will you step fully into trust? Will you let go of the patterns that have kept you small, and allow yourself to meet the opportunities, people and blessings arranged perfectly for you? You may feel a flutter of hesitation, and that is okay. That flutter is the threshold of transformation. Lean into it. Speak these words softly with conviction: I let go and I trust. Let them resonate in your chest, in your mind, in every cell of your being. As you do, notice the warmth, the kind that feels like a homecoming to yourself. The kind that reminds you, Aquarius, that you are never truly alone. Look around. There is a community of souls moving with the same cosmic rhythm, each finding courage, each discovering new ways to shine. Your experiences, your insights, your healing, they matter, not only to you but to the invisible threads connecting everyone walking this journey alongside you. And while this chapter closes, know that the journey continues. The next message is waiting to meet you where you are, to guide you gently, to spark your curiosity, and to awaken even more of the light you carry. The universe is always whispering. Will you answer? So, as you sit with this moment, take a deep breath, feel the pulse of possibility, and remember every choice to trust, every act of release, brings you closer to the extraordinary. Comment below, share what you feel, and subscribe to stay in this circle of healing, curiosity, and cosmic discovery. The next step is coming, Aquarius, and it will be as astonishing as it is inevitable. You are ready. You have always been ready. And now, you are exactly where you are meant to be.